And that's it. Built for October is the saying in St. Louis as the Cards win their 17th straight game and a wild card berth. San Francisco takes a giant step forward. The Dodgers keep pace. Braves' magic number in Atlanta is now 3. The Bronx Bombers are earning their nickname. Red Sox end up with no sell in their win in Baltimore. Mariners and Astros remain in a big battle, and we'll share our top picks in fantasy baseball for all you fantasy baseball players and you Superdraft Pro players. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Superdraft Pro Daily Picks. I'm Jim Ginocchio, former sportscaster with Turner Broadcasting and NBC here in Atlanta. Joining me from Los Angeles, the producer for The Tonight Show with Jay Leno on NBC for 14 years. He's also one of the leading fantasy sports experts in the last 20 years, and that's Ross the Boss. Hey, Ross.
Hey, everybody, I'm Ross the Boss, and I want to talk fantasy sports and Superdraft Pro with you, cowboy. It's been unbelievable this past week with the playoff. I mean, I just can't believe all the teams that are scrambling, all the teams in the American League. The National League is practically set. We kind of know what's going on in the National League, except for the Dodgers and Giants, who's going to win that division. But everything else is kind of set. I mean, I would say Atlanta's going to win that division. I don't see them losing. And in the American League, it's just a dogfight. It's so much fun to watch, and these players are really trying hard to get in. So it's great.
Absolutely. So let's update everybody on the latest right now, and it'll make it even easier to make those fantasy picks, and we'll share those fantasy picks here in just a few minutes. First of all, the headlines from last night, the National League. Cardinals, as we mentioned, win their 17th straight game, closing the wild card berth in the National League. If they move forward, they're going to play either the Giants or the Dodgers. In the Wild West, the Giants beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. San Francisco starting pitcher Logan Webb looked good last night. Since May 11th, get this, he's tops in MLB with a 9-0 record and an ERA of 2.22. Dodgers remain 2 games back of the Giants. Cy Young candidate Walker Buehler, who to me, by the way, looks like, doesn't he look like Greg Maddux a little bit? I think he does.
He throws about 15 miles an hour faster than Maddux, but he has the control and he has the stuff like Maddux does. This guy, future Cy Young winner for sure.
He's incredible. 7 shutout innings last night. LA beat San Diego 2-1. Braves' magic number to clinch the NL East is 3. Atlanta beat Philadelphia, a pitcher's duel between Morton and Wheeler. Braves win it 2-1. They have a 3.5 game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay, let's talk American League. The Yankees offense goes as the Yankees go. That's pretty much the saying in New York. The Bronx Bombers, led by Giancarlo Stanton, hit his 4th home run in as many days. New York beat Toronto. Hey, listen, the Yankees have won 7 straight, averaging 6 runs per game. They own the top spot in the AL wildcard race. In a shocker, Chris Sale won 10 of his last 13 starts against the Orioles in decisions, and the Red Sox lost with Sale on the mound.
They lost to Baltimore.
Can you believe it?
Embarrassing.
4-2. Sale gave up a season high 3 earned runs. Holy cow.
Shame on you, Sale.
Yeah, Jose Altuve played a hero's role, hitting a home run as Houston beat Tampa Bay. Mariners are still in the dogfight for a playoff berth with the Astros as they beat the A's. Seattle has won 11 straight over Oakland. The AL wildcard standings, as we wrap this part up, Yankees have a 2-game lead for the top spot. Red Sox own the 2nd spot, but the Mariners are only a half game behind them. And we all know the Mariners own the largest postseason drought in all 4 major professional sports. The last time they played in the postseason, they lost to the Yankees in the playoffs in 2000.
I remember Edgar Martinez. I mean, it was Griffey. It was Jay Buhner. I mean, it was. I remember that series. It was great. I mean, I was rooting for the Mariners actually, but I mean, you
incredible.
Said something earlier. 17 wins in a row for St. Louis. And everybody counted them out. The fans in St. Louis were booing them in August because they're not playing well. And Jim, do you think it's going to translate in the playoffs? I mean, they'll play either the Dodgers or San Francisco in the 1-game playoff. I mean, do you think they can do you think if the Dodgers don't win the division, they have to play St. Louis? Do you think they have a chance?
Can you imagine? I mean, they hit the Dodgers hit 100 wins so early, and here they are fighting for first place with the Giants. To think that the Dodgers had been best record right at the top for the entire year, and to think that they're going to get beat by the Cardinals, and then all of a sudden the season's over. You know what?
I would not want to play the Cardinals.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. I think that'd be a tough bet.
I think they're the hottest team, 17 games in a row. I have a friend that was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and he's a big Cardinal fan. He went there, he bet the Cardinals, and he hasn't left, because all he does is he bets the Cardinals, and he keeps like increasing the bet every week. He's been winning every day. I've just talked to him, and he says, Ross, I can't leave. I'm a good luck charm. If I leave Vegas, they're going to lose. And I said, just keep what you're doing. You're doing unbelievable. So, I mean, I was thinking about it, like, if he doubled his bet every time for 17 games in a row, and he started with $500, he'd be betting millions by now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Hey, and by the way, what are the odds of the Green Monster in Boston changing? I heard there's a rumor.
Now, Giancarlo Stanton is hitting the ball so well in Boston that now they're going to change the Green Monster, and it's going to look like this. Greg, let's show it. So there it is. That's the new Green Monster, just because of Stanton. So Stanton, good luck hitting the ball over that fence.
In the Yankees, I mean, in the Yankees 3-game sweep at Fenway, Stanton had 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Get this, there's only 3 other players that's ever done that against the Red Sox in a 3-game series: Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, and Babe Ruth.
I never heard of any of those guys. Are they in the? Of course I did. They're all Hall of Famers. A couple of them could be called the GOAT. I mean, it's a good company to be with. Stanton, who is actually a Los Angeles native, who I actually saw play in high school at Notre Dame High here in the Valley.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable. I mean, there was like 50, 60 scouts scouting him when he was here playing, and now he's playing in a very high level Major League Baseball, and he's showing off all his skills, which is unbelievable. I'm excited, and he's actually going to be one of my picks I'm telling people to take today. So, we'll talk about that very soon.
Absolutely. First, we want to talk about something in case you haven't heard the big news in the fantasy sports world. Superdraft Pro and Caesars Entertainment have come together to create the hottest daily app for sports fans just like you. Great news. All 50 states, did you hear that? All 50 states can access the app and play the games immediately by getting a subscription package offered by Superdraft Pro and Caesars Entertainment. So you can win, get this, you can win even if you lose. Find out the details, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for notification. Now, that's to stay connected to this show. To sign up for the app, click on the subscription link, pick a package, and start having fun with friends and family. Now, Ross, I'll tell you, I'm hearing things that fans are having football parties at their house and getting them involved in the game. There's tailgate parties at college games that they're getting people involved in the game. There's tailgate parties at the NFL tailgates. There's sports bars and restaurants are getting involved. They're having contests with all of their clients as they're having lunch or dinner. It's just turned into a great thing for this app.
I mean, people are really enjoying it. I mean, with the multiplier and with a million ways to win, and you don't have to be like a sports expert to play the game. There is luck involved. As much as I want to say you're an expert, you're going to win every week or every day. I wish you luck on that one. I mean, I know people that are sports fans, but not like me or you, and have won a lot of money on the app. So don't be intimidated by our app at all. It's totally for the sports fan. But if you like a player or if you have a feeling, it's a perfect app for you.
Absolutely. On other fantasy sports apps, as everybody knows, there's dollar values on players. There's a budget that you got to stick to. I mean, it's just crazy. And and then you're not picking the player that you normally root for. So the game changer is a unique feature, as Ross was saying. It's called the multiplier. So here's the multiplier and how it works. Since we're focusing on Major League Baseball, take a guy like Max Scherzer from the Dodgers. Easy for me to say. One of the best pitchers in the league, 15 wins, a very low earned run average. So his multiplier would be 1 times, okay? Basically even odds. If he gets 50 points in the game, times 1 equals 50 points. Now, compare him to like a Tyler Anderson with the Pirates, who has only 5 wins and 13 decisions. He might get a 2x multiplier. So if he gets 30 points in a game, hey, he can end up with 60 points. So it levels the playing field.
That's how you win. That's how you win or break your winning your league, basically, or winning the game, is by getting those multipliers and taking a chance on a player that you have a feeling is going to have a great outing. And I'll tell you something else. Headquarters does make mistakes sometimes on the multiplier, and Ross the boss is there to catch it, and I'll tell you what it is. Don't worry.
This is a lot of fun for family, friends, everybody. Ross the boss is having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. Come join our team. It's going to be a lot of fun going forward. All right, Ross, we set the table for baseball. So now
Let's talk.
It's time to do some picks, buddy. Let's do it.
So you brought up Max Scherzer. I never can say his name. Max Scherzer.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
He pitches for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has 2 different color eyes. His multiplier is not 1, Jim. It's 1.35 today for some reason, and that's a gift of Houston. His multiplier is 2.0. Also, he's been pitching great too. So those are my pitchers for today.
Yeah, and those are teams that have to win. It makes sense. I mean, you got to go with those type of pitchers because they have the game on the line, the season on the line. So lean on those guys. So Ross, normally I would argue these points, but I think you're dead on right now.
I take chances. I'm not taking all these chalk things. So hitters wise, I did a thing because of your big speech up front. I'm taking players that have something to gain that want to be in the playoffs. So Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox, he plays third base. He's playing Baltimore. Baltimore's not playing all their great pitchers. They're going to be like showing off all their young studs. And these guys are going to be nervous. They're facing the Red Sox. They're going to give up runs. So Devers, I know it's low. It's like 1.15. That's his multiplier, but it's worth it. I feel he's going to do really well today. Another guy that's on a tear, and this guy gets on tears. When he gets on a tear, you ride the train. His name is Kyle Schwarber of the Red Sox. So I'm taking 2 Red Sox today. Then we'll go back and we'll take 2 Yankees. We're taking Stanton, and his actually multiplier is 1.3, which is a gift because he's been on fire. And Aaron Judge, I'm taking also, whose multiplier is 1.35, which is a gift also because those 2 guys have been holding court in New York. Those guys have been keeping the team in the playoffs. Those guys are the only 2 guys that are hitting in New York. And thank God they're on the team because if they weren't, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. So we're taking 2 Yankees, 2 Red Sox. Then we'll switch over to Kansas. Kansas City's playing Cleveland. I'm taking Jose Ramirez of Cleveland. The Kansas City pitching today. I forgot his name, but it's ERA's over 5. Ramirez is going to hit at least 1 home run today. I feel it. He's a good pickup. I suggest you pick him up. And then another guy he plays for St. Louis, and they winning 17 games in a row. Tyler O'Neill, and his multiplier is actually 1.55, and he's been destroying the ball in St. Louis. Yeah. So I suggest you take Tyler too. Some of my long shots, Wando Franco, 1.7. He plays for Tampa Bay. I also love Ty France. I love that name, Ty France. He's a 1.7 also, and he plays for Seattle. He's been hitting multiple game hits almost every game the past 2 weeks. He's been on fire, and 1.7 is way too high for him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unreal. Those are some great picks. I tell you what, though, I think a lot of folks in that St. Louis Cardinals offense, I think everybody's on fire to keep hitting and hitting and hitting. I mean, 17 straight games. I think everybody's safe to take on that team lately. It's incredible.
You can take Goldschmidt. You can, there's a lot of guys on that team you can take that are on fire. But I think Tyler O'Neill for the best multiplier that makes sense. That I thought was overpriced. Is his, so that's why I'm taking him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, also you want to maybe take some Mariners because they want to break that long streak of 20 years not being in the postseason. So look for some of the Mariner hitters, especially in that 2, 3, 4 spot.
There's Seager. I picked Ty France.
Yeah.
I love Seager. He's another kid who's from my area of Los Angeles. I saw him play high school. His brother plays for the Dodgers. I mean, he's an unbelievable hitter, and I would put him in the mix too. You're 100% right.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are our picks for tonight. So make sure you guys get your picks in as soon as you possibly can for you regular sports fans that are playing on fantasy sports, and also for you Superdraft Pro players. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, it's time to have fun. To hit subscribe, click like, and ring the bell for notification. Again, that's to stay connected with this show, and tell your friends about this show as we continue to broadcast in this, our 3rd day on the program. Listen, in the meantime, for the app, you sign up for the Superdraft Pro app by clicking subscription link pick a package, and start having fun with your friends and family as soon as possible. Again, folks, this is all 50 states. Ross, I mean, this is the first time ever all 50 states can get involved. I got friends in New York and different places that they're excited about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's revolutionary. I mean, it really is. I mean, I always thought you can only do this in like 10 states because it's legal. It's not. It's legal in 50 states, as you said, and it's a great way to play. And if you want to join Ross the Boss's army, which is an army of champions, actually, so if you want to join my army and win and be a winner like Ross the Boss is, I suggest you do it.
Absolutely. Hey, join our team and get the elite package before the end of the month. That's tomorrow. And if you get the elite package, you get 5 free $20 game tickets to play, with enhancing your chances of winning on the app. So any final thoughts, Ross the Boss, before we go?
No, I'm today's gonna be a great day of baseball, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about the Bengals and Jacksonville game, which I'm actually going to in Cincinnati, which I'm very excited about. But we'll talk about that game. I have my strategy on that one. I can't wait to talk to you about it tomorrow.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Folks, as a reminder, you can catch us, our show, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Saturday and Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. For Ross the Boss in Los Angeles, I'm Jim Ginocchio in Atlanta. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget, Superdraft Pro. It is the game.